Welcome to Smackey's Garage, where today we're going to be installing our Mach 1 stripe kit on our '69 Mustang behind us. In the last video, we pulled together a list of all the things that need to be completed on my '69 Mustang, and on the top of that list for the exterior was to do the side stripes. You know, the car behind me is painted black jade. So the original side stripes that came with this color combination would be the gold with white stripes on the sides. So those are the ones that we're going to install today. So the stripes of the Mach 1, you're going to have a few different stripes. You're going to have the stripes in the back, which go across the trunk and the quarter extensions. You're going to have a stripe that's going to go from the side marker forward from that red one. You're going to have a stripe that goes from the wheel well forward to the door. Then you can have one that goes across the door. And then we're going to have one final one that's going to be up in front that says Mach 1 on it. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to do the back here so that we can install these on, see how they look, make sure the process is right rather than starting on the sides. So let's go ahead and start working here. The first thing I'm doing is I unpack these, get them flat. They've been sitting in the package for a while. When they come, they're all rolled up, so not flat. So I've unpacked them, they've been sitting. They should be good enough to start installing. So let's go ahead and start moving. All right, for this, I need to take a measurement 3 5/8 up. I'm gonna put some tape. All right, so we're gonna take the isopropyl and we're gonna clean it off so we know it's gonna stick. Now we're gonna add Dawn dish detergent and water to the body panel itself. This process does take a lot of time, so it's best to go slow and make sure you get it right the first time. So the features like this A are really difficult, as I'm finding out here. So you need to make sure when you do that one, you keep that center piece in position. I didn't realize it wasn't connected to anything. It's good to heat up the ends on the corner so that when you're bending them around, they don't end up cracking. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start installing the side stripes. So we're gonna start out here in the back. What we're gonna end up doing is taking the side stripes and working our way from this light here to the wheel well. And what you can see, it's not perfectly lined up. This isn't perfectly parallel. It's actually pointing downward. So we need to make sure that we have that correctly lined up with the stripe as it goes there. So we'll go through the measurements as we install them, but that needs to be right to be able to make sure that we get a good view of the side stripes that needs to be right to make sure that we get a good alignment of the side stripes down the entire car. You know, I think for ease of installation, I'm gonna end up taking these out. We'll try this side this way and see how the next side goes. So I've decided to do this side before I go back into the back, just because I want these to have a little bit of time to adhere. Okay, it's 2 3/4 above this body crease here. Your goal when putting this on is to get that window in the back centered around the rear marker. So I decided to install the quarter extension stripes perfectly lined with the Mach 1 on the center on the trunk. What this is going to do, it's going to allow, when the trunk is shut, it's going to look perfectly lined up. Alright, the installation went pretty well on the back. So everything's lined up. Here's what it looks like with the trunk closed. Really happy with the way it turned out. Alright, so the next important measurement we're going to be looking at is from this crease here up. So this crease here is going to be used to locate the top of the stripe. From here to the top of the stripe, it's about 6.5 inches. So we're going to use that to create a location for the tape where we're going to clean below it and then apply the stripe. So now that we're looking to install the stripe, you want to make sure that the narrower end is pointing towards the front. So the narrower end is up here. You can see, comparing the two, that the back side is actually wider. For the stripe on the front panel where it says Mach 1, I decided to mark that off of the door panel so that I would be sure that it was lined up. I also measured it 6.5 inches off the body crease, just as a gut check. Thanks for tuning in to Smackey's Garage today. It couldn't have came out any better. The dark jade, the gold, the white, it looks phenomenal together, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. So thanks for tuning in to Smackey's Garage. I'll see you next time.